1998 Olympic Winter Games, 6-time medalist of Canadian Championships. He currently works as a television commentator for Rogers Sportsnet, and he will be the premier analyst of alpine skiing with CTV Rogers for the 2010 Olympic Winter Games. He sent me an email last week and he said he loves to share his stories with those who have a passion for skiing. He's come to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Yeah, when Bob and I were conversing on the emails, I asked him, I said, what would you like me to speak about? And he didn't really come back and reply with anything. So. All right, nice focus and direction. But no, as I said to Bob in the email, it's easy to talk to people who have a passion for skiing like I do, and like my parents did. They were ski instructors in the 1960s, and that's how I got into skiing. My sister and I were both Olympic athletes in alpine skiing. She in the 1984 Olympics. She speaks to kids now about her experiences in the Olympic Games, and she says, between my brother and I, we have 5 Olympic Games between us. He's been in 4, and 1. So we both have a passion for skiing. I remember my very first coach, Mike Zahn. He was from Georgian Peak Ski Club. And oh man, you know, he was just a fun-loving guy. He's a hand glider, just a real daredevil, and that's how I turned out to be, fun-loving daredevil. And he really introduced me to the aspects of skiing and the fun you can have in the sport. He wasn't one of the guys who would sit there and you'd lean on your poles and you'd listen to him talk for 30 minutes at the side of the hill, and then you'd make a quick run 20 seconds down and back up again. He was the guy who just skied and skied and skied and skied and really brought the passion, the fun for skiing. And people always ask me throughout my career, was it always fun? And I said, yes, every single day was fun. That was the best part of it, was just going out there and ripping it up and having a great time, and having a great time riding up the lifts with all your friends and meeting so many people like everybody's done here, and creating that bond between us just through one simple sport. You know, a couple pieces of wood on your skis, and here we go, let's have a good time. So yeah, I really have a passion for it, and basically what I'm going to do today is tell my story, and hopefully you're inspired by it, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun, I had a great time. But I like to tell people about downhill skiing, and we're all skiers here, so we know what it's like, but we don't really know what it's like to race. Not all of us anyway, not at 140 kilometers down Kitzbühel when you know, you don't want to tuck. You're just honestly, you put your poles over the wand in Kitzbühel, and you're looking at the first gate between your ski tips, and then you look back at your start coach and ask him, do I really have to go now? And then he has to kick you in the butt. Really, you don't have to push. You're going 110 kilometers an hour in 6 seconds. It's just like that. And then flying off the mouse fall like 100 meters down and just trying to stay on your feet. Basically, I describe it like driving on your local highway, and -5 degrees, it's cold. For some reason, they make us wear spandex. Bright yellow. Not like a thinning black or anything, but bright yellow. So picture yourself, you're driving on the highway, a little light snowfall, nothing crazy, but you're not in the car, you're on top of it. So you're on the roof rack, your goggles and your helmet on, your little yellow suit, nothing underneath it. Makes you want to tuck like this. Shrinkage factor is like... It's big. Not really. But yeah, so you're on that car and you're aerodynamic and you're tucking. You know, you can imagine just being in the car and sticking out your hand. Imagine being on top of it, going 140 and sticking out your hand. You get tossed back a little bit. You fight to stay aerodynamic, and your arms in front all the time. So the car is weaving back and forth, up and down the hill, or up and down the road. It feels like you're on the ski hill, and you're just tucking along, tucking along. Then you come to one section, over this rise on the road, and down a big right-hand turn. And you're going along, and you're going along, and you're going along, and you think you're going to make it, all of a sudden the car starts to slide. You feel that guardrail coming up so quickly on you because the speed you're traveling is so fast. At 140 kilometers an hour, things come up on you pretty quickly. You come around that big right-hand turn, and all of a sudden you hit the guardrail and you go flying off. You go flying off the car, head over heels. And sometimes when you fall, as all of us have, it's slow motion. Sometimes it's fast and you just stop suddenly. This time it's slow motion. You finally come to a stop and realize that you're all right, but you can't really feel anything. That's what happened to me. That was in Kitzbühel in 1989, and it happened to me a lot on the ski circuit, and I've put together some lowlights of my career because sadly there weren't any highlights. So this is a personal clip of a bunch of stuff I found in my parents' place in Collingwood. I put it together on a DVD and thought, we'll let it happen.
Knee surgery has gone down. Stemmle, the second Canadian, Ken will get another look at that. We've talked about him going wide. He seemed to catch his ski in the ruts. The same problem we've seen with quite a few other racers, but he got a little bit twisted. Now he is being removed, has been removed at this time by helicopter. There, the helicopter now removing Brian from the course.
Most people ski at the finest ski resorts across the world. I end up falling at most of them. Miserable. But yeah, that last one was the worst. And Kitzbühel, as you all know, it's a Super Bowl of ski racing. It's awesome there. People are drunk at 11 in the morning and cheering on. It's just a crazy atmosphere and a crazy mountain. The Austrian army comes up there, and they take a fire hose at the beginning of the week, and they just waters a whole course down. Then they boot pack it just to make it a little bumpy, like it's not icy enough. And it just makes it really consistent for everybody, but stinking fast. Like my friend Kerry Mullen went 154 kilometers an hour down at the bottom of Kitzbühel, and it's just completely excessive.